Okay, so here they are on this old mattress. Well, at least Patchy. And right now she's chewing on a stick. She was trying to get to Rex, which is on the other side, chewing on a bone. And I don't want them fighting over the bone, which is going to cause one of them to grab the bone, fight each other a little bit, and then whoever grabs the bone is going to try to frantically chew on that bone until they break it up into enough pieces to try to swallow it. And that's what dogs do when they're being threatened with their food. They begin to swallow it faster. And certain items like bones is something you don't want them trying to swallow. So I'm just letting Rex chill on the other side and work on his jaws, and as well as his adult teeth that are going to be coming in soon. And I gave Patchy a nice stick. So I gave her some milk and some other good food, and Rex didn't get the milk this time. Instead he got the bone, and she's going to get the stick, and the milk's going to be for her growth and also to have something to fill her belly for the night. So Rex is just finished on that bone, and I'm going to go grab what's left of it, and I'm just going to let Patchy chew on the stick until she passes out. And she also has the choice of eating just a little bit more food that I have laid out where Rex is right now, and she might head over to do that. So now that Rex has finished that bone, and I'm going to go grab what's left of it, I can actually send Patchy down now if she wants to go. Look what we have here. We got the big boy himself, and he sees a stick, Patchy's stick, and what he's going to do, he's going to chew on the stick. Really big dog. Look at those paws. They only get bigger and bigger and bigger. And this dog bed that I have here is just an old mattress that I got rid of, and now these dogs use it, like Rex and little Patchy. He's a big dog, that's for sure. Just not right. He's a good dog though. Alright guys, well that's the update for them right now. Patchy is 11 weeks old, and Rex is 4.5 months old. That's them. Patchy licked the camera earlier, so that's why there's a little spot right there. Anyways guys, see you next time. ¡Cole! ¡Eso! Aquí, aquí, aquí. ¡Eso, buen perros! This is Patchy, at 11 weeks, and Rex at 4.5 months, exactly. And little Patchy's lively, growing very fast, and Rex is also growing very fast. His paws just keep getting bigger and bigger. Look at that! Oh, poor sport, poor sport, poor sport. There you go. You got it now. Corre, Patchy, corre. Eso, buen perritos. They've been playing for a while. Chewing on a grape. Whoa, I was gone. This Rex is really big, and the full name for Patchy is Sapachi. I've taught her how to sit and shake a paw so far. The next thing is going to be like speak, and she already knows like enter, out, and come. But walking on the leash, I haven't really did it too much, but she didn't have much success, and neither did Rex the very first time. But we'll do it again. Patchy, what are you doing, huh? Eso, buen perrito. See, she responds to her name. That is very good. Now, her back paws are a little raw because I take her on these walks and just her paws sometimes get a little raw. And that's because they're very soft. So that's one thing you got to be aware of. When you first get them as little puppies, their paws are very, very soft. Like baby skin. So they can get easily corroded by walking on cement. And that's one thing I realized too late by looking at them closer. What are you chewing on? Huh? There you go. Buen perros. Eso. Whoa, buddy. Look at him go. Bunch of kid stuff everywhere. There you go. Whoa, what's that? Hey! No! No! No coja! No coja! Yeah, she gets the idea. No! No! Deja! Well, I'm not the one that leaves all this stuff lying around, but I try to clean it up the best I can. Oh, little buddy! Hey! Come out here and there's new things laying around every day, every minute, almost every second. Nope, nothing on the table for you. Nope. Hey! Constantly gotta tell them no. Little things like that. He runs down the hallway. Pachi! Pachi! Vamos! Boom! Fuck, you bit me in the nuts. Hey! Hey! Siéntate! Fuck off! Siéntate! Siéntate! Rex, siéntate! Pachi, calma. Look at that, man. Boom, 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 boom. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Hey, hey, hey. Oh jeez, look at these guys. They're ruffians. Little ruffian hounds, look at that. Oh shit. Hey, hey, relax. See, it started with her. It started with her. Look. Oh man, look at that. They don't actually like bite each other and stuff. They just kind of like nip at each other lightly. And they seem to like it. I try to separate them all the time, but they just go back to this roughhousing. Oh, there you go. Eso, buen perros. Oh, no, not that. Hey. Just gonna catch this behavior on camera. Hey. Okay. Look at that little dog. Look at that little dog. Look at her. She's whining. She wants more. Come on. Eso sí, buen perros. That's how I like it, just like that. Eso, buen perros. Eso. Buen perros, eso. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Look at this one. He's really pulling. I'd like to let him win that. Good boy. Buen perros. You gotta let them win once in a while so they kind of get confidence and they start tugging harder and harder. But if you're always just tugging, they're like, okay, yay. No, they gotta have that winning sometimes. Oh, my camera went a little blurry. Look at him go again. Well, one thing's for sure, other dogs are not going to be picking on these dogs, or at least that little one. She's the one that has to deal with the toughest lot. Rex, he's basically got it locked down with the other dog, but the other dog just takes it easy on him because he's still a puppy. But that's just like the way that they establish a little order. So when we're not around, that's what they do. And look at that! Look at that! Rex just comes in there with a little headbutt, inviting her in. But she's like, no, I just want to play with you. Whoa! Oh, look at Rex. Sometimes Rex tries to put her back in his place. Tries to. Look at her. The face of intensity. Come on, dogs. Well, I honestly don't really care, you know, as long as they're not ripping at each other and doing this with like the kids or like the cat or other dogs, which they don't. They don't do this to the cat. They don't mess with the kids at all. They basically just play with each other like this, and they can't seem to separate them. Rex and the American Staffordshire have their own way of playing, which is a little bit roughhousing, but they don't really nip at each other as much. I guess it's because like they're trying to prove something. These dogs are trying to, you know, like gain the hierarchy, because these are my dogs. They chill together all the time, sleep together all the time. So I guess like when they roughhouse, it's almost like trying to prove a point, like who's tougher, you know, who's gonna get more food, who's gonna drink more water. But I'm always in control of that. So as they get a little bigger too, like if the roughhousing continues like this, I'm definitely gonna have to put it into other outlets. That's why I actually got that thing. I'm starting to put it into that. But right now I'm just filming this behavior, just catching it on camera. So this is not something that I allow them to do all the time. And it's not fighting at all. Well, I guess it is fighting in a way, but it's not like brutal. Like there's never any nip marks, nothing. It's just kind of like they both go at it and they seem to have fun. Or else this one would be yelping all the time, running away from Rex if something serious was happening, or Rex would be nervous around her, which they're not. It's just, that's how they play. I can imagine what these puppies do with each other inside their little crate, their little area, when we're not around. It's just the mom. But the mom tries to regulate it too. Look at him. Poor sport. No, he's not a poor sport, it's just what he does. She barks too sometimes. Haven't heard her bay yet. Actually, yeah, the other night I heard it. It was like, arr, arr, arr. It's kind of like Rex's. I guess she listens to him doing it, so she tries to mimic it. Come on, come on. Yeah, there you go. Come on, cole. Eso. Perros. Eso. Eso. Buen perrito, Pachi. Look at that, look at that. Look at her ripping at it. Look at her. She knows she's small, so she's got to put that extra effort. Look at that. Buen perro. Eso, Pachi. Hey. Aquí, palo. Eso. Cole. Eso, cole. So just like that all the time on them until they're just going after the toy. You know, and that way they're not going after each other all the time. But I'm not really trying at this moment. I'm just kind of catching this footage. Because no one's getting hurt, so I'm letting them also get a little bit of exercise, a little bit of experience, and knowing how to like defend themselves and how to play like this. So if I ever go hunting and a wolf comes at them, you know, their first instinct is not just to drop to the ground, but to do this exactly. Use their agility, jump around, bite, nip, circle. You know when to lower their behind so that the predator doesn't grab them from behind. And it even works with like cougars and bears and stuff. It just makes, you see that? Those kind of actions where they jump in and then jump out. You know what I'm saying? They try to be agile. So that's what they do with playing. You know, that's how they develop a lot of their adult skills in combat, is by playing like this. And that's what wild wolves do, coyotes do, foxes do. Hey, no. All these wild dogs do it like this, and then you see them the way wild animals fight or defend themselves or play. It's much more sophisticated than domesticated dogs because they jump around, they go on their two legs, they throw their paws out a lot. They curl up into positions and like roll around to where only like their face is exposed and their body's constantly moving, so it's a hard target to grab. They know what fur to throw out rather than vital parts. So if the enemy dog does grab some fur, the dog's able to turn around and grab a good spot on its head or its neck. So that's why it's important for them to play. It's very instinctual. Hey, no. Okay, so eventually he'll stop completely. Like that garbage can, he would hit it all the time. Now he occasionally sniffs it and then walks away. So that's what he's eventually going to do with all these things. And when he stops chewing and he gets enough exercise, he's eventually just going to leave it all together. But with dogs, there's always going to be a point where they're going to, swipe something, take something, chew on something. The big dog here is very good, but it also takes stuff sometimes. You can see it when you walk by and it has like a chew toy in its mouth that's not an actual chew toy for dogs. It's just a toy that became a chew toy. Like a kid's toy. Now sometimes people ask why sometimes my dog's ribs are showing. Well, I feed them like crazy. They are dewormed, they got their shots. But the thing is that I also take them out like 2 or 3 times a day. I don't film it like I used to. And what happens is that these dogs get a lot of exercise, a lot of cardio. They're constantly running. That's why her paws are a little bit raw. Because I sometimes take them out too much, but they get in shape. And I don't do anything hard to where like their bones are getting a lot of pressure. I just go for long distance walks, and then on the grass I let them run around and they tire each other out a lot. So these dogs are constantly, like you saw right there, just wrestling, moving around, jumping up and down. So they're also getting like a lot of hey, no. See stuff like that, right? And it can be harmful for them too. But you see when they jump around like that and constantly making circles and stuff, they're really building a lot of neck muscles, back muscles, core muscles, and as well as a lot of like strength building. So instead of having to push stuff, that jumping around like that really helps their upper body strength and as well as their pulls and their tugs and their jaw muscles, and their bones just get developed good. But you just got to watch injury and you know what I'm saying, like injuries to the eye when they play like that and stuff. So that's why I don't like them roughhousing too much. And Rex, he can get very rough. He can really start pulling at the little dog. He can really start using his hands, and I've seen him do it a lot. But he doesn't do it as much with the little dog. He kind of just goes by her pace. But because she's a little bit more aggressive, he just basically beats her up a bit. But she just keeps coming back because I guess she likes it. She doesn't like getting beat up and hurt, but she likes feeling competitive. She likes really getting out there and doing her thing. Hey! So these are things that you gotta, that hole is already there, but she's been trying to work on it and pull it. Hey! No! Yeah, I gotta let her know that that's a big no-no. So that's why, I'll go like that. Just kind of let her know that that's a no. Oh no, you're a good girl. That last one wasn't for anything in particular. So yeah, no, you just got to understand your dogs, your behavior. You got to lock your emotions with theirs. So you got to know when they're happy, when they're sad, when they're mad, or when they're frustrated, or when they're even dehydrated, because that works a lot on their mind. They get tired, they get lazy. Sometimes if you're too much on your dog will just kind of get scared, tuck its tails between its legs, pee a little bit, because you're scaring it a lot if you give it too much commands, and if you're very hard on it, and like you don't praise it very much. So that's why you got to understand your dog, where your dog is at, what level it's at, and from there you're going to be able to truly discipline them and teach them and do a bunch of stuff like that. Now I don't mind that scratching, but I don't want them doing too much, because these dogs have scent glands on their paws. So when they scratch like that, they're basically setting down their home, but they also leave a bit of an odor, especially with Redbones. they got a little bit of a musky smell, which some people get a little bit kind of offended by it. But you got to understand that that musky smell is what they come with. So that short fur is double thick, just like their paws, their pads, and as well their web feet. These dogs got web feet in particular. So they also got that musky smell that allows them to repel water very easy. So sometimes I could spray water and boom, completely repels. I'm going to give it a bath, and you really have to actually scruff the furs up, because when they're smooth and down like that, the water just... So I've taken this dog out and in complete rain, just soaking wet, and within half an hour that dog was like dry. You know, there was still like wet spots, like ganky wet spots around here that I didn't wipe. The very first times the dog would dry itself, but I still got in the habit of drying off the dog and not wanting it to go around the furniture, because then that smell, that oil starts getting wet and it's easier to get on the furniture. So those are things that you got to be aware of when you have Redbone Coonhounds. And hey Rex, they're very energetic dogs, you can tell. Now this is one thing about Coonhounds. People think that they look kind of like lazy, and after a while, yeah, they'll chill on the porch with you. But these are some of the most athletic dogs to exist, because these dogs chase quarry for hours. You know, like they'll chase all night, and they'll sit there barking at it. I'm telling you, these dogs have some of the biggest stamina, some of the best bodies. Greyhounds, they run like 60, and then boom, they're done. You know, they'll lay on the couch with you and go on little walks. They look very nimble, and they're very athletic dogs. Other dogs, German Shepherds, but whoa, I caught him a bit with my foot there. It rolled off. But these dogs in particular, it's the way they run. You should just look at the way they hunt. They'll run for hours, and they won't stop. They'll outrun you. You know what I'm saying? So these are some of the animals with the most stamina to exist. Especially amongst domesticated dogs, and they will actually, if you don't watch, if you don't watch what day you're running them on, like if it's too hot or even like too cold, these dogs will literally, in loyalty to their hunt and their instincts, will literally run themselves to death. That's what Coonhounds will do, especially Redbones. Redbones have the reputation of covering some very far distances, like right off the bat. Once you release them, they'll start covering some very far distances, and if you don't keep track of them in like a really hot day, they could get heat stroke, and by the time you find them, like they're like you know, you got to revive them, you got to bring them back to wherever your vehicle is, if you got a vehicle, and they're so far out that, you know, they can die as you're trying to bring them out of the heat and trying to get them into like a cool place where there's more water than you probably have on you. So these are just things that you got to be aware of, and just studying the way people hunt with these dogs and everything. They're very good dog, very interesting traits, and you know, these are things that you got to learn, because these are the dogs that you get, right? And I don't want my dogs starting to chew stuff and getting, you know, depressed and stuff like that. Like, you know, they're sniffing something and I'm constantly tugging on the leash. That's the thing. These are scent hounds. These are scent dogs. So once they sniff something, they're going to try to go after it. And the best thing for you to do is to train them to kind of have distractions and things that they can do with their smell. And also just kind of let them, you know, sniff it, let them do their thing, let them bark at it a bit. But you got to train them not to, you know, start chasing cats up trees, digging holes everywhere to get to rats and rabbits. But I don't know, these scent hounds in particular are very sophisticated, because when they look for raccoons, you know, very simple, right? They're hunting a raccoon and they tree the raccoon, they're barking up the tree. Well, before, scent hounds wouldn't do that. Like some would, but like they weren't really particular for, you know, chasing things up tree and just sitting at the bottom of it barking it, unless it's seen, maybe like the bear going up and it can just see the animal up the tree. But no, these animals will straight follow their scent and start barking up the tree. And they'll do it once you train them properly. Not all dogs make it in that training, but once you get them trained to that, you'll see them do that. And that's a very sophisticated thing. Hey! That's a very sophisticated thing, because that means that they're taking their smell a little bit further. They're using their mind a little bit. Come on. Like they're using their brain a little bit more than other kind of scent hounds, because they're basically improvising. They're moderating the way that they hunt, and as the generations are passing, they're getting very good at their techniques. These are professional hunting dogs. I'm telling you, like you can have a dog that goes and bites a pig. You know what I'm saying? You can have a dog that herds. But here you got a dog that will track your quarry anywhere. It'll run through any terrain. Its paws are developed to swim through icy, warm water, whatever it is. You know, like these dogs are athletes. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you get them, like they require as much like energy, you know, as a German Shepherd. You know, you got to really put the effort in them and have fun when you take them out. You know, when you start teaching them on stuff. For me, I taught my dog, you know, go home in Spanish. So what my dog does is it finds home. And Patchy, I lost her the other day. Well, I didn't lose her. I just lost sight of her for like a couple of seconds. And I guess she couldn't see me, so she darted straight home. And I was frantically searching. I was getting mad at Rex because he couldn't find her, because he kept going home, 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 home. And I was like, stop going home. And then I actually opened the door to home, and it turns out that the dog actually started scratching the door, and it was let in, and it was there for half an hour as Rex kept taking me to the house, and I just kept getting mad at Rex. I'm like, what are you doing? And I got mad at the dog because I thought this dog was lost. It got nipped by a coyote. So it's like I got stressed out instead of just trusting my dog's nose, opening the door. But that's two noses that worked. Patchy went straight home. She was like up the street, like literally like 2 blocks. She just went home. Somehow just went home. You know, in territory where she could be picked up, she could be run over. Like anyone sees a little puppy like that, they're gonna take it home, basically. Especially the kind of area that I'm in right now. And I'm telling you, it's just very risky, and the dog just went home. It used her nose and followed it home. And Rex kept going home, until I basically had to open the door, giving up, and there it was. There she was, sitting right there, playing around like nothing ever happened. She came up to me very happy, you know, as if I got lost from her. And I heard that she was whining because, like, you know, she thought she lost me, but I thought I lost her. So, you know, these dogs are very smart. But the thing is that sometimes they can be a little bit of runts. No coja. No. Mira, no coja. No coja. Pachi, no coja. No. No coja. Hey. Hey. No. Pachi, no. 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 See, there you go. Now, the thing is that I'm slowing down there and saying no for sure. Because as I'm filming, I'm allowing these behaviors to happen. I'm not really paying attention. Even though I'm looking at the camera, I'm talking, I'm thinking. So, and these dogs are doing their thing. So you got to discipline them all the time. You know, and then once you discipline them, they have good lives. They'll chew what they're given to chew. They'll have fun with that. And a lot of people think that, hey, no, don't discipline your dog so much. You have to. You know, like so many people get dogs. They treat them like they're babies, like they're cute, like they're little kids, like they are family members, but they're not humans. They are dogs. You know, like you can call them him and her all you want, but they are dogs. And the important thing is to treat them like dogs, like good dogs, like respectable dogs. You know, make them part of your family, but don't treat them like children, because they don't go by the same standards. They don't go really by the same rules. Yeah, there's a lot of similar patterns in getting your kids to do things like your dogs. You know, through repetition, through rewarding, through punishment that is well coordinated. But these things usually end up in pounds, because these big dogs eventually start ripping holes and stuff. One day, you know, the person's like bipolar. They love their dog. The next day, they hate their dog. So the thing is to understand them, to study really the breed you're going to get. And that way, you're not looking like a jackass and you're not having your dog go to the pound. But anyways, guys, I thought I ended my update there. Right now, it's 31st of January 2018. And that's the update on the Redbone Coonhounds. Okay guys, until next time, you take care and goodbye.